And still with the Apex Bank, the acting governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Folashodun Shonubi, says the bank will work with government to actualize plans for SMEs growth in the country. He made this known at an exclusive interview with TVC News against the backdrop of President Bola Tinubu's speech, where he outlined plans to invest in businesses with great potentials for sustainable economic growth and productivity. Lara Folayan reports.
Manufacturing enterprises will be able to access 1 billion credit.
President Bola Tinubu, in his national broadcast, highlighted plans to give funding access to manufacturing as well as MSMEs, including the nano business segment, in a bid to drive economic growth, improve productivity, and enhance financial inclusion by onboarding beneficiaries into the formal banking system. The Central Bank of Nigeria has over the years intervened in the non-oil sector as part of efforts to reduce demand for the dollar and strengthen the naira. The bank now says it will work with the fiscal authorities to actualize government's growth objectives.
Government itself is looking at doing some interventions. So we are working with them. We are supporting them to some extent, but a large part of intervention will come with government policies and government agencies. Interventions will continue. Now, will the central bank be the one doing the interventions? Maybe not in the same form and the same magnitude that it was being done in the past.
The Economist Intelligence Unit, an arm of the Economist of London, recently said the Apex Bank would eventually go back to a system where they have more controls over the exchange rate. It added that the bank does not have the experience to manage a flexible exchange rate system, but the bank disagrees.
So saying we don't have the skills, I think, is a bit unfair. We are very, very clear on what we're doing. The outcome, some of which you're already seeing, when I say volatility has reduced, we can manage what we're doing, and what we're doing is a managed float.
On arguments against the continuous hike in key interest rates and its attendant effects on businesses, the bank says the measure, alongside others, have helped moderate inflation, which should ordinarily be higher than it is, considering prevailing conditions.
It does not prevent prices from going up, but without what we've done, prices would have gone up a lot more. The other thing we need to note is that it's not only the MPR that's used to manage inflation. I mean, one of the key drivers of inflation is liquidity. Yes, the MPR should help, encouraging people to invest, and we then also take money out of the system. But we've been using other mechanisms to try and reduce the liquidity.
The Apex Bank also disagrees that it should have introduced its forex unification measures in phases against the backdrop of subsidy removal, galloping inflation and poverty, as suggested in some quarters, adding that he did what it had to do at the time the reforms were introduced. Lara Folayan, TVC News, Abuja.